I'm Helen Greeley and I work here as a psychologist and I run the support services as well. And we opened in May 2009 and we run support services for people with cancer and their families. We try and offer as wide a range of services as we can. Our main focus is on providing a warm, homely environment in a kind of a domestic setting and also provide a confidential and professional service.
I opened the door and the first girl inside the door smiled, and it's just lovely. I love art and pictures, and the first thing I saw was the beautiful picture they have opposite the door. And then Helen was there, and it's just a lovely place. And it kind of, I've thought about it since. There's an awful lot of thought has been actually even put into the physical surroundings, the pictures, the furniture, and it kind of validates you as a person and your emotions.
You walk in the door and there's somebody there to welcome you, and then you go into this place that's kind of, it's tranquil and peaceful and beautiful to go into. I can't put the words, it's kind of, I just go, kind of, you take this breath and you feel, oh, this is just so nice to come into and so welcoming, and it's kind of surrounds you. While you're in Inisheven, people walk up to the cancer care centre and they'll do the different therapies and they'll try out the exercise class. I've met them at them, and they try the nutrition class, and they try different things over the period of time that they're doing the radiotherapy. They do all of those things.
Well, the first one was the stress and relaxation. That's just kind of a 4-week course for you to learn, I suppose, how to deal with your emotions, and it just helps you to deal with your anger, to channel it in ways that you can, to understand what's causing you stress, and they taught you to relax. We laid and we learned to breathe, but then the mindfulness goes into far more depth.
Gradually, because you try each thing out, like with the mindfulness meditation with David, some of them weren't sure about that, and I'd say, well, I did it and this is how it helped me. I found that it calmed me down where my mind was racing, and they tried that out. And a load of them have tried the nutrition class. They all love that. It's great.
Now guys, can I show you this? So you can see how the colour is going into a lovely tangine type effect. Really creamy.
Essentially we offer, I suppose, 3 primary things: individual support in terms of psychology, oncology, nursing information, and massage, reflexology, benefits advice. Then we offer as well kind of classes like art and writing and nutrition courses, and I know you've been at the nutrition course, you saw the kind of food they make there and how nice it is to eat it. And I suppose the great thing is that after people make that food, they sit around the kitchen table and eat it, so it's very warm, and that's support in its own way, because even though we don't call it a support group, people actually do support each other. They talk about what helped them and what didn't help them, and so it's really kind of doing all the things we want to without even calling it a support group. The unique thing about our service is that we offer both psycho-oncology and support services. Psycho-oncology is the psychological treatment of people who are suffering distress from cancer, either the patient or the family member. And we offer both services in the one location, which is a very unique thing, because mostly psycho-oncology services are only available in hospitals.
I haven't done the art now, but that's the creative writing, and the art classes are on at the same time. And they're teasing me now because I say I'm not really artistic, because I have a sister, an artist, and I said I have no wish to go painting. I let her do that.
And remind yourself now that for the next hour and a half, you're here for the practice of yoga. There may be thoughts of your morning drifting around your mind, or things you've done, or things you're going to do later.
Don't pay any attention to grammar or sentence structure around here. You're never going to show this to anyone.
We also run art and writing classes, a yoga class, relaxation class twice a week. And again, it's all an opportunity for people to get together and to really talk about what the experience of cancer means for them and to process it in different ways to kind of make sense of it. We do aim to make sure that nobody who's in our catchment area has to carry their cancer alone. That's our big thing, to get away from that sense of isolation and that sense of loneliness that cancer sometimes brings with it.
At the time when Mum was diagnosed and had her treatment in Dublin, we didn't actually realise, because we have family in Dublin, we had a place to stay. My mum had a support mechanism when she went up for her treatment. So for us, we didn't realise that there was such a huge gap in it. And it was after Mum had passed away and that the treatment facility then came to the west that we realised how great it was. People travel from Donegal and from the far reaches of Mayo for treatment, and to have to then get back in a car and travel for 3 or 4 hours is awful, or to have to go into a B&B that's you're completely isolated in.
We lost our mother Agatha to cancer, and because of that we decided to fundraise, to work hard for a centre that now exists to help people that were in our position when we lost our mum.
Cancer Care West do fantastic work. Cancer is a terrible thing, it affects every family in so many hard ways. So really, it was our pleasure to help Cancer Care West.
It was hard to do the coffee morning, but if I could do a little bit, and they said even though it was very little money, they were delighted with it. Because every little bit is a little bit more that they have to help other people. Because I want to see it continue on, so that more people can get what I had. As I said, I go round with the timetable and the information about it in my bag, so if I meet someone who hasn't heard about it, I'm going, look, here.
I know people often say to us, I find it very hard to go up the stairs the first time and come into the centre, but as soon as they come in and they see it's a very domestic setting, a very friendly, warm place, with always a kettle on the boil, always someone to chat to, that people really do benefit from that.
It's that level of closeness that you have with the people in Cancer Care West, be they the nurses or the psychologists or the volunteers, it's just, I think it's just that it's somewhere that you can just go and be you.
I will build my love a tower, yon pure crystal fountain, and on it
And I know I had a fairly good experience. Well, I think it was the place that made it, helped to make it that experience, It was like when I got there, geez, there was 4 or 5 nurses and they were nice. You couldn't meet nicer people. And they showed you to your room and says, that's your room for the next 6 weeks. You could leave anything in it.
When I was in Achieving particularly, I realised a lot about myself, that I never really gave myself credit for the person that I was and am, particularly now. I would try and, to slow down a little bit and just be more mindful of the here and now than thinking, I have to do, which I probably would have done. I do know I have more time and patience for those around me.
Actually having the support centre has made cancer easier. And that is because I have had both experiences. I've had the experience where there really wasn't the long-term support. And now I have it where there is the long-term support, that if you need somewhere to go, there's somewhere to go. And it's just, I don't know, I sort of, I'm afraid to say that I hope that I keep going. But it has kept me going.
But whatever the future comes, haven't I Cancer Care West as my second family to if everything doesn't go according to plan, I can always get in the car and thanks be to God I can still drive and I can, go there, and if you don't want to say anything, you don't have to say anything, and if you want to offload, you can do that too as well.
It has made my recovery really good this time. Perhaps if I still kept the proper diet, I'm afraid I like sugary things too much, which doesn't help, but even at that, I'm still doing okay.